So I wish I could tell you what that is. I know there is, in addition to advanced communication equipment, there's also defensive technology that was on the plane. I was told there's nothing offensive, no weaponry for it, but there was defensive. So you never know if it's something that was engaged to some of the defensive technology.
Is the kitchen back here?
This is the front kitchen. In the back of the plane, there's actually a much bigger galley, but as big as this aircraft looks on the outside, it's a narrow body jet. You'll see as you go throughout, it's really crowded. So rather than having people bring food back and forth through this narrow, crowded plane, they put up a small kitchen up here in the front with a little bit of the food, so that way they can provide food for the pilots, the communications officers, the president, first lady. Usually be served from this front galley, and then everyone else would get it from the main one in the back. So yeah, you'll see it's a lot larger and a lot more spacious in the back. Hi, how are you guys doing? Welcome aboard Air Force One.
Thank you.
Yeah, this plane was in use from 1973 until 2001. It was only retired about 3 days before 9/11. On September 8th, 2001, it was flown here to California to be retired. Its last presidential flight was just over a week before that, when George W. Bush was the last president to use it as Air Force One. And the first president to use it was Richard Nixon in 1973. So it was in the air for 28 years. The first 17 years, it was the primary Air Force One. And then its last 10 years, it was kind of a backup. Once they started getting the 747s in 1990, they used this one less and less for the president, though they still did use it a number of times because it's a shorter plane than the 747s, and it was easier to get it into smaller airports with shorter runways. Right. And it was also used a bunch by Al Gore as vice president, so he used it a lot as Air Force Two during those years as well. You guys just noticed this is a communications center. This is one of my favorite parts of the whole plane. It really demonstrates how much the technology has changed in a few decades. This, for its time, was state of the art. It was cutting edge technology. And now we all carry devices in our pockets that are more advanced than all of this. It's easier for a 5-year-old to pull out a cell phone and call anywhere in the world than it was for the president from Air Force One. And this is the equipment that was on it when it retired in 2001. And so they would update what they could. These laptops were added during the Clinton administration, but if you look at a photo with President Reagan aboard, they were still using typewriters as part of the Air Force One. So yeah, things have changed quite a bit since those days. This room, yeah, you're very well. This room on your left is the president's stateroom. So all 7 presidents, from Richard Nixon to George W. Bush, that flew on this plane, that's the room that they would all fly in. There's no bedroom. A lot of people ask about that. They could hold down the house. But this plane.
Take down that wall. This picture is taken on the day that he said that, and he left the wall. It's a big deal. Yay. Join your visit. Oh my gosh, that's right. They used to, every time the speeches would get changed, one word, one vowel, one, whatever, they'd have to retype it.
That's what made Avión what it is.
Right, it is. I remember typing on those babies at Selectric 5, even before the Wang word processors.
Yeah, exactly.
Those were the first word processors. Hi, how are you?
Hi, fine, and you?
Enjoying the tour?
Yeah, excellent tour.
Let us know if you have any questions.
Yeah.
Hello. This is the secretarial room. There's 2 secretaries here. And speech writers change the speeches and thoughts. Yeah, I know. So it was to respect the First Amendment rights to the freedom of the press. So they had to pay the press a first-class ticket to China, to Russia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, their companies.
Yes.
They did not. Yeah, so that's his background. But if you picture, wait, stop, you guys do something. If you picture up the plane, the new one's coming. Okay, so this is the aft cabin. All the people on the back end. We always have we knew somebody on this plane was going to come today. Something like that, right? And we wanted to make sure that they acknowledge that because it's their time during listen. Right, Rich?
What'd she say?
He's the boss.
You're the boss?
And I'm being punished.
Do you know there's like a, in the cockpit, there's a, it looks like a hole in the ceiling that you can do some observation out of, either for a periscope or a telescope or something. You know what that's for?
I have no idea. I didn't know it was there. Some boss I am.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.